Measure of variability. A measure of variability is a way of describing how far spread out the data is. It can also be described how much the data deviates from the center. Range. The range is a measure of variability that represents the spread in data. It can be found by determining the least and the greatest value in the data set, and then subtracting the two values to determine the range in the data. So this is the biggest number minus the smallest. The biggest minus the smallest gives you range. The list. Use your understanding of the range to answer the questions below. The list shows the number of pages in various novels. 286, 295, 307, 241, 396, 368. To find the range, you take the biggest number. My biggest number is 396. 396 minus 241. Now I just subtract those. 6 minus 1 is 5. 9 minus 4 is 3 minus 2 is 1. So my range is 155. Range is that easy. So number 2, the Michaels family records their grocery bill each week. What is the range of cost their family grocery bill? I'm going to give you a little bit of time to answer this question. So my biggest number on here is 176.97 minus my smallest, which is 57.06. I am going to subtract those. Bring the decimal straight down. 7 minus 6 is 1. 9 minus 0 is 9. 16, because I have to borrow from the 7. 9, 1, 1. So my answer is 119.91. The Jonas family members read each evening and record their time. What is the range of numbers of minutes read by the family? Go ahead and do number 3 and number 4. I'm going to pause the video to give you some time to do this. So here my biggest number was 246 minus 62. 24 minus 6 is 18, so my answer is 184. 189 minus 19, I get 170. So now, IQR is the interquartile range. It is known as the IQR. The interquartile range is a measure of variability that splits the data into 4 equal sized quartiles. It puts them into 4 groups. It represents the middle, %, of the data. So to find the interquartile range, you have to put them into 4 different groups. And then you take the middle group, and that is the middle 2 groups, and that is your interquartile range. So ordering the data from least to greatest is your first step. You did that, you ordered when you were finding median. So ordering from least to greatest. Then you find the median. You find the median of the whole set of data. And then you find the median of the lower and upper quartile. And then you're going to subtract your upper and lower quartile to find the IQR. So on the back page, use your understanding of the interquartile range to answer the questions below. So now we are going to go ahead and do what we just learned. The data set below represents the difference cost of a camera at an electronics store. What is the data from the least to greatest? So the first thing you're going to do is put these numbers, this data set, in order from least to greatest. Go ahead and do that. So my first number should be 28, 36, 44, 59, 66, 71, 108. So the minimum price, the smallest one is 28. The biggest one, I'm going to go ahead and go to the biggest one, which is 108. So you have this one and this one. And then my median is 59. That is the median of all the numbers. Now, this is my lower quartile. What is the middle number of the lower quartile? The median of the first half of the data. What is the median here? 36. What is the median on the upper? 71. Now I want you to subtract these two numbers. 71 minus 36. and you get 35. This is your IQR. This is your interquartile range. Now, situations that yield variability. Meaning, this is how I think of it. If you go and you ask questions and you're going to get a variety of answer, it has variability. If you get a variety of different answers, it has variability. For example, if you ask 6th graders if they had a math class, they all should say yes. If you ask 6th graders if they played a sport, some will say no, some will say yes. You will have a variety of answers. So, different situations can lead to the data that has variability and the data that does not have variability. Something that has variability. The number of people at the mall on a given day. So if you go and you ask how many people are on the mall every single day, you're going to get a different answer from every single day. If you ask someone the number of months in a year, you should all get the same answer. How many months are in a year? 12. So I did not get a variety of answers when that question is asked. So it has no variability. So we are going to mark our statements in V for no variability or V for variability. If you're going to get a variety of answers, then it has variability. The number of minutes during first period class at Lamar Middle School. So the first question, the number of minutes during first period class at Lamar Middle School. Does that have variability? No variability. The number of school holidays in 2018. No variability. That's not going to change. If you go look at the calendar of 2018 and count how many school holidays, that's not going to change. The number of people in a grocery store at 9 a.m. on a Saturday is going to be variability.
At this time.
The number of inches it rained over in the past 3 weeks. It's going to have variability. The number of students absent from school for the past week. Variability. The number of points scored in last Saturday's football game. The number of students performing in the halftime shows. Well, depending on what shows, if you go to the different shows, that could be different. The number of class periods on a bell schedule. Not variable. So now I'm going to pass out the homework, and we are going to do a couple of them together. Okay, so looking at number 6. Let's go ahead and do number 6. The data set below represents different costs of refrigerator of a local home improvement.